Jackson teachers, I've had some questions about the Where to Start word test with the BAS, so I thought I would make a quick video to clear up any confusions. The first thing I want to say is when to give the test. The Where to Start word test only takes just moments, so really there's no reason to start giving it ahead of time or give it to the whole class. You can give it right before you start the rest of the assessment. The purpose of the Where to Start word test is to find a starting level to start administering the BAS. So it really doesn't give you any information other than a starting level. So it's not going to help with RTI or any of that if you were hoping that it would. So I want to show you where you can get what you need. First off, if you are teaching kindergarten kindergarten won't be giving it yet, but when you give it in December, first or second grade, your book is going to look like this. We'll have a 1. It's the Student Forms Optional Assessments, and it will be in your BAS kit. If you teach 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade, yours will look like this. It's also in your BAS kit, but yours will have a 2. You will not have to have access to both. So whichever came in the primary kit you're using is the one you will give. You will also need the directions on the Where to Start word test and the student recording sheet. They are slightly different between the two, so make sure you print off the correct ones. I'll show you on my computer where to get them. Obviously, they're in your BAS kit, but if you want them from the elementary curriculum drive, you will click on that. Then you'll go to Fountas and Pinnell, and up in the corner it says Where to Start word tests. There's one for Kit 1 and one for Kit 2. So if you are a K1 or 2 teacher, everything you need is right here. This middle form is what is in the spiral bound book if you don't want to use the spiral bound book, but I would use it because it's already laminated and pretty nice. So this is where you print off everything you need. Other than that, as far as what you would need, you will need a recording chart for each of the students. You will need an index card, and you'll need a pencil. And that's really all you need. The directions are pretty clear. When you read them, it tells you exactly where to start. Basically, with the child, you are starting at the grade level below their placement. So if it's a kindergartner or first grader, you're starting on the beginning word list. A second grader is going to go to list 1, a third grader is going to go to list 2, and so on. In your spiral bound books, they're the first assessment that's in there. So they're pretty easy to find. So you open to that one. After you figure out the list that you want to start the student on, the recording sheet looks like this. You can just put their name on it, and then as they read the words, they or you can move the index card down and you just mark how they do. Then after they have read that list, you go to the little scoring chart that's at the bottom, and there's one on each of them. So if they were reading list 1 because they're a second grader and they made 0 to 5, they got 0 to 5 words read correctly, you're going to start them on an A. If they read 6 to 10 words correctly, you're going to start them on a B. If they read 19 to 20 words correctly, you're going to go ahead and have them read list 2. So I know that was kind of confusing. People didn't know when to have them read another list. It tells you right there if they got a lot correct to move on to the next list. Otherwise, it just shows you the level to start. So you can just put a circle or put it on here, and when you're ready to administer the actual BAS assessment, you'll know a level to start. There's no promise that in starting at that level, you're only going to have to read 3 books, but it is pretty accurate in my experience. So that's the way that you give it. The directions are very clear. They're easy to print off. So hopefully that clears up any confusions. If it doesn't and you need further information, just give me a call. Thanks.